Can two opposing philosophies lead to the same results of freedom? That's what both Marcus Aurelius and Camus seemingly did. Both succeeded in finding a way to live in the same world with a complete feeling of freedom. But exactly how did they do it, and at what cost? How were their paths towards freedom different, and which one should you follow? Well, let's get into it. So let's begin with Marcus Aurelius, and no doubt you heard of this man with the explosion of Stoicism like the past decade. I mean, just look at this graph. But exactly why Marcus Aurelius and the Stoics are so popular? Simple really, right? Give people a formula to find freedom in this seemingly anxiety-ridden world, right? And the people will love you. But what is the formula? How can Marcus Aurelius really help you find freedom? Well, there are 3 tenets which, if applied, will help you find personal freedom. Number 1, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Now, what does this mean? Meaning we can control how much effort we put into things, but we can never guarantee the outcome of our actions. So then I can put an endless amount of effort into my well-being, into my health, into my diet, but man, cancer just happens, right? So then what can we take from this tenet to move us closer to freedom? And it helps us with this. Through this tenet, we find freedom from worry by only caring how much effort we put in and not the result we get out. And when we get to the end, we'll just take all the tenets and really put on the last conclusion. So this is the first step. Tenet number 2, everything that happens as it should. And if you observe carefully, you will find this to be so. Meaning the universe follows a due course. The things that happen to you were due to happen always. But why is this seen as okay? It might seem that this is some kind of a defeatist mindset. Like, okay, universe, take me and do whatever you want with me, right? And it would normally be, but the Stoics say that the universe is good and perfect. And if the universe is perfect, well, a perfect thing does not hurt a part of itself, which of course you are the part of the universe. So nothing that universe throws at you is bad. The universe throws only the things you can handle and what you're meant to handle. And in that way, all the things that happen are right. All the things that happen are good. But of course, another thing might seem that, well, how is this not contrary to freedom? Is there even any meaning in freedom if no matter what I do, I still ends up with the same result? Well, there is, and this is why. Number 3, just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. Here we combine all the 3 tenets and we arrive at freedom. You can't control the things that happen to you. You can control only how much effort you put into things, as we said. So no matter how much you try, you cannot escape the things that the universe has already predetermined for you. But that is still okay, because the universe only throws at you the things that are good and the things that you can handle. But why are they good, and why is it still considered freedom? Well, it is because you have control in one sphere that truly matters. You have control over your mind. You have control over your actions, even though you don't control the result of those actions. You have control over your character. And in this, you find the ultimate freedom. You always have a choice. You always have the freedom of choice. And the choice is this: either accept the challenge of the universe, and no matter what it throws at you, remain virtuous and in control of your actions and your character, or give up and lose control over the one important thing you have. That is your moral character. And as we heard in the 3rd tenet, that is the only thing that is truly important: your character and your readiness to do the right action, of which, of course, you always have the choice in doing. You always have the choice to do the right thing. And in that, we find freedom. But will Camus agree with this? Spoilers, he won't. Here's what he would have to say about this. Camus arrives at freedom in a radically different way than Marcus Aurelius. I will not call these tenets, but I'll just read some quotes and we'll extrapolate from them. So number 1, the absurd is the metaphysical state of the conscious man in a universe devoid of meaning. Here, in my opinion, is the main difference between these 2 philosophies. Camus, instead of accepting that the universe is good and while conforming to it, accepting the challenge, he instead stands up against it and says that, well, universe is meaningless and it's actually a really scary, anxious, and difficult place. Camus instead holds that, well, even if the universe is not openly against you and is not adversarial to you, well, at least it definitely is indifferent towards you. Camus arrives at this conclusion through his experience and observation of the lovely 20th century. So conforming to this adversarial or at least indifferent universe makes no sense really. Instead, rebellion is in order. And in this rebellion, we find human dignity and freedom. Quote number 2. The only way to deal with an unfree world is to become so absolutely free that your very existence is an act of rebellion. So similar to the Stoics, well, we also have a choice, always, but it is phrased differently. So you either conform to the meaninglessness of the universe and embrace, well, either nihilism or suicide. Another choice would be to embrace some kind of a ideology or religion, but Camus says at the cost of this, well, although we are cured from this meaninglessness, we give up a part of our authenticity and freedom, which in this discussion we probably shouldn't do. And the last choice, which Camus says you should probably pick, is to rise up against this absurdity of the universe and against this indifferent world, and to still choose to live in complete freedom, in dignity, no matter even if the universe is meaningless and even if, well, it throws at you a lot of bad things. So accept this meaninglessness of the universe. Do not try to adopt some ideology. Instead, rise up against it. Even if it is meaningless, still choose to live a moral and a dignified life. That's the choice which Camus gives us, and this is the choice in which we find freedom. But what is the conclusion of this whole video? Well, no matter how different our worldviews are, whether we view the universe as a good, purpose-driven one, or as the opposed, at least indifferent and meaningless one, we still find common ground in saying that no matter what our worldviews are, they don't give us the way out. They don't let us escape from the reality that still a morally dignified life is always a good one, and we always have the choice to be good. And also, if anything, then we at least see that freedom is valued by all. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. Do leave a comment below saying which of these two support more, which you think is better. I'll sure be reading the comments, I guarantee you that. And yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.